Hi friends, I'm Chan and you're watching Made by Chan, and today I will be attempting to, what do we want to call this? Make a dress I saw on the internet. trying to do my own thing. There's no title. I'm making a dress I saw online. It's an Oscar de la Renta dress. This is the dress. I love the silhouette. I tried so hard to find similar fabric. I couldn't, but you know what I do have? Because I remembered all the fabrics I bought for spring. My lovely lemon fabric. So I'll be making my lemon dress. I think I've only done this one time before. Made a dress I saw online with like no plan. That sounds like me. Sounds like me. I'm not totally drafting it from scratch. I do, the top at least I'm not. I have a pattern, kind of. So this pattern, the McCall's 7950, if you look at view C, which is this main view right here, it has a square neckline. I made a dress that I modified the whole bodice basically. So that's what my base is going to be. I am going to make a toile because that is a button front and I need it to be a side zip basically. So we're gonna do that, and then I think that'll be the most difficult part. And then the ruffles should be pretty easy. I kind of have an idea for that, but we're gonna learn as we go. Hopefully it goes well. But I have 4 yards. This is 2, and then I have another 2.5 over there. So let's get started. The first thing I need to do is make a toile. So I'm gonna cut those pieces out. I feel like you can tell by my face how I feel. Okay. For some reason, I keep getting this weird gaping. Also, I know the straps, I put them where they're supposed to be, and I think it looks stupid, so I'm gonna have to move them over. I keep getting this weird gaping at the top, which is a bit more obvious if I'm to the side, and I can't figure out why. I've already brought my side seams in a bunch. I've already like tried to reduce this and like pretended to put a dart in, and it still doesn't look good. So I'm going to take a break. Gonna walk away and then try again later. Hi friends, I have cooled down from my annoyance and I've started over with a new block. I cut out a new pattern block, sorry. Cut out a new toile. Currently putting it together. What happened was I went with a different pattern instead that already had a square neckline built in, and it doesn't have a button front, it already has a zipper in it. I'm now using the Kiana Bonolo circle skirt dress pattern instead of my McCall's one. I'm gonna sew this up, and the next time you see me, I'll have it on, and hopefully I'll have a positive attitude about it. I also noticed when I was looking at her instructions and I watched her videos, she doesn't line her bodice. I will be lining mine, but if I don't have enough fabric, I'll just line it with a different color or a different fabric instead. I think I have half a yard, a little more than half a yard of fabric left. So hopefully this works out. Y'all, it's perfect. It's so good. The only thing I need to change, and I have a feeling I might, is the straps are like digging into me, but I made them short because I was like, I keep making my straps too long. Let me see. So, and I purposely didn't understitch it yet. So, which is making this right up like deep in the armpit. So once I lower the straps, like everything's gonna be great. I can finally cut the tears. Yay, I can finally move on from the bodice. We have a win, finally. Oh, okay, we're gonna do it. I gotta update Instagram. All right, I have finished my bodice. I adjusted the straps again. I think they're good now. Understitched the whole thing, pressed it, boom, boom, pow. It's looking good. Yes. All right. All I have to do now, next thing, I have to cut all the tiers from my skirt. A lot of tiers, but it's all straight cuts, so. I serged on my pieces. And so right now I'm just taking the top tier and I'm gonna sew the pieces together. And then I'm going to gather the top, and this tier will go directly, it'll attach directly to the bodice. And this one's only 2 pieces. And just as a refresher, what I ended up doing for my final measurements are, so the total waist dimension of this is 35 because I loosened it a little bit, and the seam allowance will be 1/2 inch. So this one, tier 1, is 70 inches, so just twice the waist measurement. Tier 2 is 105 inches, so 3 times the waist measurement. And tier 3 is 140 inches, so 4 times the waist measurement. Because I didn't want my ruffles to be crazy, because I'm about to put it through a lot. All right, I got the top tier attached. So let me try it on. Oh, cute. I gotta trim that. That's the gathering threads. Very cute. Yeah. So next I'm going to sew on the rest of the tiers. Well, no, I gotta make my funky ruffle situation. So let me get that ready. But I also need to press this. Let me press this and then, yeah. All right, I adjusted the seam allowance on where the bodice and the skirt connect to 1 inch. I haven't done the lining yet. I'm just gonna fold that over, or maybe I'll just serge it off. I don't know, we'll see. That's done, and I already think it looks a lot better. A part of me does want to lower the neckline, but I'm not going to. Not yet, at least. I sewed together the second tier of skirt pieces, and then all I did was fold over at 1.5 inches and press it. So you can see. And so next I'm going to sew 2 gathering stitches across the top at about 1 inch. I think I'm gonna do 1 inch and 1.25 inches down. And then once that is done, I'm gonna figure out placement, but I'm gonna do that first. It took me 30 minutes to get those gathers perfect. I was like, oh Lord. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out for the bottom tier. But what I'm doing right now is pinning the gathered tier to the tier before that, like the bodice, the tier that's connected to the bodice. Lining up in the back the folded over edge with the end of the top tier. And then I'm pinning it on the top though, because that is where I'm going to be sewing it, because part of the design of this dress is that you can see the gathered, I can't use those pens, you can see the gathered stitches. So this is going to take me forever, so I'll come back when this is done. And I think what I'm going to do next is hand baste I'm going to hand baste the tiers together. so that way I know they're like stuck, and then I'll sew it down. Because right now, because I'm not gonna leave the pins in because my machine's been eating pins lately. So last night I broke a needle and a pin. I was like, I'm gonna break my machine. So. So I sewed one line of stitches between the gathering stitches, and then I'm sewing another one just outside the top one right here. And then I'm going to unpick my gathering stitches. I think this is going to be the best way to get the look without struggling. And I did tighten the tension of my machine a little bit because I'm going through so many layers of fabric. It's so cute. I love it. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is the bodice at the top. Got my straps. And then waistline. First here, do you see these cute little ruffles and the little details? Oh my gosh. I love it so much. Next, I need to put together that, don't mind my mix. Put together my layers for my bottom tier. Things I've learned since doing this one. I'm gonna do a test swatch, but I'm gonna see if I can get away with just using my gathering foot versus the 2 rows, because it is a lot of work to have to pull out 2 full rows of stitches and put these back in. Now it does go pretty easy where you can just pull the threads through, but I'm gonna see if I can just do that. Well then, if I can just do that, and it will help me get the gathers pre-done as well, because this was a lot of work, y'all. It was a lot. Starting to understand why this dress costs $2,000. If you're like, Chan, why did you not finish the edge of this piece? Apparently I didn't do that on 2 pieces. I have no idea why I didn't do that, but I said, nah girl, I'm good. So next I have to fold over, this is the top edge. I have to fold this over. So I have this heat-proof ruler. I guess that's kind of the best way to say it. And all you do is you line it up. This is kind of hard to do with one hand, but you line it up with whatever seam allowance you want it to be, and then you can just press it along the edge with the iron. I have to do that all along the edge of this tier. And then, do I have it or do I throw it away? Hold on. And this is the way the fabric looks using the gathering foot. I think I tightened it up a little bit. I'm definitely going to go this route versus hand gathering the tier, because this is just so much easier. And this took, y'all, this took me like an hour to gather and to line it up perfectly. And this did not. So that's what we're going to be doing. Because look at all that fabric. Look, look, look. No, thank you. I sewed on the bottom tier. If you look very closely, like right there, you can see that I need to pull out the basting stitches, and I also need to pull out the green gathering stitches, but it's completely attached. Once I do that, all I have to do is put the zipper in. I do need to hem it. We'll get to that. But I may just do a bias tape hem if I have enough bias tape. We're almost done, yeah. Ooh, or I could do something fun and get like a little yellow to match the lemons. So I'm gonna pull out my stitches. Okay, the zip is in. I tried to put it in before and I like really messed it up really badly. I'm just gonna attach it to here versus the full length of the dress, because I think that's gonna create like some weirdness in the back. So I'm just gonna tack it off right there. But I think it looks good, y'all. I did a good job with actually making it invisible, so I'm quite proud about that. And this, if you're curious, like math-wise, where I'm at, this is the waistline, and then this is the top of the first tier, but I have it behind the ruffles, and then I'm just gonna line up the ruffles and then sew up the whole back. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna hem it with my pretty bias tape, and then she is done. Now what I'm doing is the hem of the skirt with bias binding. Fold over the bias tape. You're gonna sew right sides together. The first thing I need to do is sew inside the first line or the first fold of the bias tape, so all the way around. And then I'll show you what to do next, but basically you're gonna press it and fold it over, but we'll do that first. This is, so you can see this is the end of it, and then this is where I folded it over, and then it just looks nicer and it's encased when you flip it. So now I need to press the whole thing up so that it looks like this. You'll fold it over and then press it like this all along the edge. So that's that right side of your skirt, and then this is the wrong side of your skirt with a bias binding on the inside. You sew along the top edge of the bias binding. I'm gonna press it, and then I'll start to sew it.